My name is Salome. I live in England, but I was born and raised in Uganda, and I am Ugandan. I'm a sickle cell warrior. I was diagnosed at the age of 4. I've lived with sickle cell now for over 40 years. It has really hit my body left, right, center. I have been a mother for 17 years. I have 3 children. I call them my triplets. One is 17. She's going to be 18 in September. Second born is 15. And my last born is 14. So I have 2 girls and a boy. The boy is the last born. My first pregnancy was so dramatic, so very dramatic because of I grew up knowing I'll never have children, So for me, it stemmed in me that once you have sickle cell, you cannot have children. That's it. That's what I grew up knowing. I thought I could not even be pregnant. So I fell pregnant. I was on this medicine, hydroxycarbamide. It caused a lot of controversies, and they told me to terminate my baby because they thought she would be disabled because of the medicine. And I also had this myth that when you have sickle cell and fall pregnant, you die. You even die before giving birth, and if you're lucky to reach birth time, you just die. That's what I knew. That's what I understood. So I was worried that maybe I won't even see my baby, or maybe me and my baby were going to die. So it was really a hectic pregnancy, and I was ill from day 1 to day last. I had a lot of sickle cell crisis. I was so depressed, and being a new mom, I didn't know what to expect, how to carry that pregnancy. Every changes were new to me. First time she kicked, I thought I was losing her. It was a lot of stress, and I was so ill. I was in and out of hospital. I think I lived in hospital more than I lived at home, and I carried her for 37 weeks because she was so tall. She was pushing all my organs all over the place. I was so uncomfortable, so my organs started to weaken. So the doctors decided it's time she's taken out. I had a massive sickle cell crisis that time. So when they decided to take her out, I was on strong pain relief. They had said that I would give birth naturally, but my body couldn't take it. They induced me, and there was no baby coming. We waited and waited, so I went for an emergency C-section. She was born at 37 weeks, but she was so healthy. She was so okay. She didn't even go in incubator. She was just a healthy child who just wanted to eat and sleep. That was how it was, but I was so scared. I thought I was going to lose myself. I was going to lose my baby. I had so many concerns. I knew my husband didn't have trait or sickle cell disease, so that way I knew. But of course, my understanding wasn't as much as now. This was my early 20s, so I was really not well informed. So I thought maybe I would give birth to her and she has sickle cell. Maybe she's going to come out disabled. I was so terrified of how I would look after her after giving birth. I did not know anything. I was like, what if I'm with her and I get well? What if the dad leaves me? What will I do if I'm in a sickle cell crisis? All these really pressed on me. I was like, what if I become a single mom and I get a crisis? Where do I leave her? I was on foreign land. My family is back home in Uganda. So, and in these countries, you know, there is a lot of individualism. They are not like back home where we practice our communal, everyone comes from the community to help. So I felt so alone. However, my husband helped me a lot. Some of the things I did tell him that I'm worried, this, and that. But I had to stay calm because, you know, life had to go on, and I had this little baby I had to look after. And my husband understood that I needed a lot of rest because my body was through a lot. He would always, in the morning, take the baby, you know, bath her, feed her. And by the time I wake up, baby is so clean and he's just there rocking her. He was really my rock that time. He was really there. You know, I never breastfed because I was worried I would be giving her a lot of medicine from me. So I didn't breastfeed. I was also worried that if I breastfeed and she's used to that, I would get into a crisis and I can't breastfeed. So I took that decision not to breastfeed. So she was breastfed for 1 hour, and that was it. So I managed to calm down. I talked to, you know, health professionals, the health visitor, the midwife, the GP. I talked to them and, you know, they helped. They always asked me how I was feeling, and I would tell them my fears. You know, I was scared that my baby would be taken away from me because of my illness, because, you know, but they said never, they can't do that. As time went on, I realized I'm a mother, I have to look after this baby. So I did what I could. And the tips I would give fellow warriors who are becoming moms is take it easy, pray to God, you know, take the help, accept help from family, friends. Don't be a super mom. Look out for yourself because you're number one. If you yourself, you're not well in the head or physically, you cannot look after that baby. So look after yourself as much as you look after the baby. If someone offers help, accept and take it on. Take your medication, take decisions that you feel will help you and your baby. Because I took a decision not to breastfeed, not because I didn't want, but I had to think. Although some people, of course, said, oh, what sort of mother is that? Da, da, da. You can't even breastfeed your baby. Those people talking weren't there when you're pushing that baby or when you're carrying that pregnancy. So take decisions that will help you and your baby. Don't listen to people's words. If you hear something, go ask someone else, you know. Don't just take, because I almost took on things that, oh, my babies will be taken away from me. And that used to stress me because I loved my baby. I love my babies. Today I'm leaving because of those babies. Yeah. And look after your mental well-being. Eat well. Sleeping is the most important thing. Eat well, sleep. You know, don't worry about housework. Don't be a superwoman to say, oh, my house looks bad, I'm tired. Da, da, da. That house will be there even tomorrow. So clean what you can. But if you feel you want to sleep, just go to sleep. Ask for help. Ask your sisters, your brothers. Just say, hold the baby for an hour. Let me go and have a nap, you know, because all that is important because your body has already gone through a lot. Giving birth is not an easy thing, whether C-section or natural. You know, some people say, oh, she didn't give birth naturally. Da, da, da. She's not a woman. That's not it is as heavy, as important as natural birth. So please, 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 fellow warriors, if God blesses you with a baby, thank God. Look after yourself, look after that baby, look after your mental health. Mental health is as important as physical health. If you feel you're not well, go seek medical advice. Go to your doctors and talk to them. Don't fear. That's what I would tell you guys. The message I would give to warriors out there who have mixed feelings about motherhood is, I'm a very staunch Catholic, and I believe nothing happens without God's plan and God's decision. If God has blessed you with someone who understands you, someone nice to you, but you fear starting a family, as long as you've checked this person's genotype and this person doesn't have sickle cell trait or sickle cell, why not? If God is going to bless you with a baby, just take the blessings with all the happiness. These things we've grown up hearing are myths. I grew up hearing, oh, when she reaches 12, she will die. When she starts menstrual period, she will die. When she reaches 16, she will die. I'm here in my 40s. So if God has given you the chance to be a mom, take it. If God hasn't given you a chance to be a mom, don't beat yourself up. You can be a mom in so many ways, my dears. You can be a mom to your sister's children. You can adopt a child. Don't beat yourself up and say, oh, I'm not a woman enough. I'm not. There are so many children who are yearning to have mummies. So if you have mixed feelings and you don't know what to do, talk to your doctor. For me, I've always used my doctors to get the medical knowledge rather than communal knowledge. Communal knowledge, I've grown up with it, so I've always wanted to understand the other side. So if you have a mixed feeling, sit down, ask yourself, would I really want a baby? Am I really, really, really wanting a baby? Because that's how I was. I really wanted a child. I really looked at mothers and I would be like, hey, I wish I could have a child. And God blessed me and I took it. I took the blessings. And today those children, they can look at me and say, Mom, you're not well. Come on, hospital. That's how they are. They're like, Mom, we are taking you to hospital. This last crisis I had, they took me to hospital, the two girls. And I told them, you can go home. I'll be okay. I've reached the nurses. They'll work on me. They said, no, we are not leaving until you're given your first jab of morphine. Because here, when you go to hospital with a sickle cell crisis, you're supposed to have a pain relief in the first 15 minutes of, getting admitted. So I told the girls to go. They said, no, you are going to wait until you have your first pain relief. So I had my pain relief. I told them, okay, you can go. They said, no, we want you to drift off to sleep and then we go. So don't fear having babies. Those babies are the people who will love you unconditionally. If you have mixed feelings, talk about it and pray to God to give you the wisdom to make the right decisions. And I think that's all I can say for now. Thank you very much for listening and God bless you.